Today I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to show off what I have been working on for quite a while now, and that is my Shiny Living Dex in Pokemon Home. So I've been working on this Shiny Living Dex for a long time now. I didn't think it was attainable for a long time, but then once Scarlet and Violet came out, I realized that it was really easy to shiny hunt in those games. And the original reason that I wanted to do a Living Dex in Home is because if they came out with a new game or I wanted to start like a new save file, I could easily just transfer my Pokemon into like a new game that I start. And so I'll already have basically all of the Pokemon except if it's a new generation, like the newer Pokemon. And so it would be really easy to fill out the Pokedex that way. Not that I don't love catching Pokemon, like that's obviously one of my favorite things to do in a Pokemon game. But I feel like I've already caught a Pokemon, like might as well just put it into Home, and then in the future, like, yeah, if I need to fill out a Pokedex for a game, I can just transfer everything to that game via my Home and then make it like a million times easier for myself. So that was the original plan. And then once like Scarlet and Violet came out, it was, I can get a lot of these shiny Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. And so I'll just shiny hunt in that game, see how I do. And yeah, I just kept catching Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. And then they did different events in Pokemon Go and different past events that I was able to get at different Pokemon. So yeah, eventually I was able to fill out this Shiny Dex, and it has been a lot of fun, a lot of pain, and a lot of time, but we are here. Before we get too far into the video, one thing I did want to mention is I did create a Discord server for the channel. I think it's a really great opportunity to build a community with that Discord and have discussions with you guys, and just in gaming general, like just have discussions about really anything that you want. So that option is there. I'll leave the link in the description. The link is in my channel page. So I really want to make sure to shout out the Discord, and hopefully we can get some new members. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Would really appreciate that as well. But specifically want to shout out the Discord. Now I will mention there are some missing shinies. Obviously there's shiny locked Pokemon. So yeah, these are Pokemon that are currently shiny locked, and I don't think you can get these shiny. I just also have some in Scarlet right now because I'm using them for competitive battles. So Ursaluna, I have shiny, but it's not in Home right now. It's in my Scarlet. I'm also missing some Pokemon like Furfrou and the monkey Pokemon from Unova that I'm also missing. So the way I have it sorted is by region. So, starting off with Kanto and then going from Kanto onwards, and doing it that way, because if there's new forms that come out, I didn't want to like put it behind the original form, because then I'd have to like shift everything. So the idea is I'm just going to do it by region and then kind of go from there. So eventually when you get to Alola, you will start off with the Alolan Pokemon, and then you'll get to the Alolan forms. So that for me like worked the best, and sorting all of the different Pokemon within the Home. Now, I will say I did kind of make it easy on myself. I'm not going to lie. I did really try to make this easy on myself. So a lot of these shiny legendaries, like we have Zapdos here, I got from the Dynamax Adventures. I think the odds of the Dynamax Adventures are probably the best you're going to get for shiny hunting. So like Zapdos and Moltres, we got another one. So it's going to be found in the Galar region because, yeah, I used the Dynamax Adventures to get these Pokemon. I also had some help from my friends. So this is an Articuno from Pokemon Go that my friend was able to get me. I think Pokemon Go is a great resource for like those Kanto Pokemon, because if they're doing an event for Gen 1 Pokemon, you can catch it in Pokemon Go and then transfer it to Let's Go, and then you can remove that like Go sign that you would see if you just transfer it from Go to Home. So like for Kanto Pokemon specifically, if you can see the Go icon, but you can't actually see it in the top right of the Pokemon. So yeah, Go is a great resource for these Kanto Pokemon. Same thing here, like with Machop. There was a recent Machop event in Pokemon Go, so I was able to get Machop, Machoke, and Machamp, all from Pokemon Go. And yeah, that works out really well. Another example is Meltan and Melmetal. So yeah, just again getting it from Pokemon Go and then transferring it over. You have to wait for a specific time until these Pokemon you can get them shiny and Go, but then once you do, you can just use the transfer from Let's Go and then to Home, and then you won't get that Go signature there on the top right of the Pokemon. I also was able to get some Pokemon from past events like this Entei, Raikou, and Suicune. I was able to get these from past events, so those are good. Same thing like with Celebi. This is the Pokemon from the movie a couple years ago when Sword and Shield was still like the main game. So you were able to get Celebi from one of those events. So yeah, I mean, events is, one of the best ways to get shiny legendary Pokemon specifically. Scarlet and Violet made it also a lot easier to shiny hunt like the starters. So, for example, Emboar, I was able to get in Scarlet and Violet, just shiny hunting. Something like Meloetta was from the Pokemon Home event. Some of my favorite Pokemon that I was able to get is the shiny Tapus, and these Pokemon were, again, past Sun and Moon events. So I did not shiny hunt these. These came in events back in the time of Sun and Moon. So again, it's just kind of like, yeah, event Pokemon are perfect to try and get, so you don't have to spend all that time shiny hunting. I found that to get a lot of the Hisuian form shiny, the easiest way I was able to do this is just catch it in Scarlet and Violet and then use Home to transfer it into Legends Arceus, evolve it there. So if you get a Rufflet in Scarlet and Violet, and then you can just transfer it to Legends Arceus, evolve it into the Hisuian Braviary, and you can do it that way. I mean, that's definitely a good way that I was able to get a lot of these Hisuian forms. Something like Enamorus is, an event Pokemon, so, you had to do a specific event to get shiny Enamorus, but for the most part, yeah, a lot of these Pokemon you could just get regularly. Some of these Paldean Pokemon, especially the starters, that was something that I did had to shiny hunt for with the Masuda method, but, once you get the shiny Charmin and the Scarlet and Violet games, makes it a lot easier for that. And then, the other Pokemon you can just kind of shiny hunt pretty easily. I do have videos on some of these Pokemon, but some of my favorite Pokemon to shiny hunt, except Sandy Shocks, did not like that one, but the Paradox Pokemon. I loved shiny hunting for the Paradox Pokemon. Thought that was really fun, and I'm glad I have all of them. So we have the Roaring Moon and the Iron Valley in here. Golden Go was a really fun one. So this was from an event that happened recently where you could get shiny Gimmighoul, and then you can develop it into Golden Go. So I caught two, one Gimmighoul and one Golden Go. So if you look at the Pokedex, I only have one of each, and that was the idea. I just want one of each in Home. So yes, I only have one of each. Some of the other Pokemon, like if I have duplicates, I'll just put them in the game that I caught them. A lot of the Pokemon live in like Scarlet and Violet, or I have a save file with a lot of my Pokemon, even from like past games from when I was like super young. I have a lot of those in Sword and Shield because I did bring them up. So a lot of those Pokemon are safe. They are in a save file, but I just want this to be like very clean. I want my Pokemon Home account to, be clean. And this is kind of the best way that I found to do it. Just have one of each, and then if I like catch a new Pokemon, a new shiny that like has better stats than the previous one, then I'll just like replace it and put the old shiny in just a game, just so I have it. But this is kind of just to keep things uniform and kind of one of everything, and that's kind of the reasoning for it. I also have some forms, like I have all the different Paldean Tauros forms. I also wanted to get all of the Oricorio forms, so they're here. Same thing with the Rockruff, so all the different Lycanroc forms as well. I have these. And like I said, I do have some of these older event Pokemon, some of the mythical Pokemon that are shiny locked, but they are yeah, they are in the back, like close, like to the end of my home account. Because I'm waiting for these to get shiny, especially Miraidon and Koraidon. I would really like these to be shiny at some point. That would be really cool. One of the coolest Pokemon that I have is actually, he has a ribbon, but it's Cyrano's Zebrastrika, and that is a shiny Blitzel that you can get in Scarlet and Violet in the Blueberry Academy. After you do like all the trainers, you get a shiny Blitzel from defeating Cyrano, who is like the Academy director, and it has like a special ribbon, and it's really cool. I do really like this one. If you look to the right, this is my current battle team in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So these Pokemon are shinies that I do have, or just Pokemon that I have, in which I'm using for Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I'm using them. So they're not in home right now. This is Wolfie's Incineroar, which I just got from the event. Really cool. And this is my Arceus that I use for all of the raids in Scarlet and Violet, because Arceus is the best raid Pokemon in the game. These are just Pokemon that I encountered while playing the Switch 2. Shiny hunting in the Switch 2. You don't really even have to shiny hunt anymore, because like if you're just rolling around doing stuff, they just pop up. Like shinies just like pop up. So yeah, kind of funny. I've caught 4 and really not trying at all, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about my Shiny Living Dex in home. It's not complete and it still needs some work on a couple things, but for the most part, I'm really happy with how it came out, and I've been working on this, for a long time. So to get all these shinies in one place is really exciting, and to see like the fruits of my hard work come into like this one place. And yeah, like sometimes I'll just pop up home like on the phone app and just like kind of scroll through and look at everything. So yeah, it's been cool. And like I said, I can use these Pokemon and put them into different games and like just like complete the Pokedex right away. So like if I'm doing a new playthrough of Sword and Shield, I can just like put all the Pokemon in there very easily, and it works out really well in those scenarios, because well, I do love catching Pokemon. If I'm like replaying a game and I just want to complete the Pokedex really quickly to get the shiny charm or the different things that come alongside, that makes it a lot easier. So definitely recommend doing it. Don't recommend, like, it takes a long time, maybe just like a regular Living Dex, but it's definitely worth it, especially if you're a big Pokemon fan, love replaying the games as much as I do. So worth it. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.